Stevenson Yang, in a 2021 Forbes article, you said that this VIE structure is, quote, clearly illegal under Chinese law, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you also mentioned, quote, Beijing has made threats against the VIE structure. And in this statement that you submitted to us, you said, quote, would likely ban, close quote, these VIE listings. Doing so would tremendously impair the value of all these investors' assets, right?
It would, but I think that one thing that we've learned about the Communist Party in China is that they will be willing to sacrifice economic growth for their own strength and dominance.
Sure, but it would hurt our investors.
And it would hurt our investors for sure, but I think that that in the end, that's probably inevitability. They have done it before, and I think they'll do it again.
Ms. Stevenson Yang, one of the VC firms in our investigation also invested in MEGV, and I want to throw up a graphic of a chilling picture of a Uyghur concentration camp. MEGV is now sanctioned for, quote, actively supporting the biometric surveillance of Uyghurs. Americans shouldn't be able to invest in companies that support this, right?
That's right. It's not a happy tool to use, investment, but it's the only one that we have.
Some of the companies we're investigating also help direct capital to ZTE, which is banned from U.S. networks due to espionage concerns. Ms. Stevenson Yang, if a router is too risky to use in America, we shouldn't be routing money to its manufacturer, right?
That's right. ZTE is directly under the Ministry of Aeronautics and is clearly part of the Chinese military system.
Let me turn to another issue we're very familiar with, and that is the Federal Thrift Savings Plan, also known as TSP. 6.8 million federal employees are invested in the TSP, including many active duty military members, including many members of Congress, including me. And what I learned talking to my staff and researching this issue is very unsettling. TSP funds companies involved in building this graphic. The PLA's fifth-generation fighter jet, also known as the J-20, which would be critical for China possibly invading Taiwan. It's manufactured by a company called AVIC, A-V-I-C, AVIC. TSP offers index funds which invest in subsidiaries of AVIC, which is under U.S. sanctions today. Again, Ms. Stevenson Yang, most federal employees probably have no idea that their money is potentially invested in these companies, right?
That's correct.
It turns out multiple TSP index funds also invest in something called Huafu Fashion Company, which is sanctioned for using forced labor. But what I don't get is that the TSP's board seems fine with this. In 2019, its chair said, quote, the TSP board doesn't believe it's appropriate to prohibit TSP participants from making a choice that could be, quote, in their best interest. Now, Ms. Stevenson Yang, you don't think it's in the best interest of federal employees to be invested in stuff like this, right?
I do not.